Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me doing the weekly premium prompt. Implement the try to prefix tree. I don't know what the parent is, maybe on the try and not the to, but anyway. 1804. So yeah, let's get started. We'll be doing this all month and until I kind of give up on Leetcode and life and all these things. Who knows? I have such a long streak, but they've been giving us the same forms lately, so I don't know. But I haven't done this one yet, so this will be very exciting. All right, so a try is a prefix tree. Okay. Okay. So this is actually just literally implement a try. So in a regular try, there's insert. I guess erases possibly. Depending on how like a static or dynamic, but with a erase it's gonna be more dynamic. I mean, it's not that hard, but it's just sometimes it can be the thing with this problem, and that's why I'm giving a pause, is that there's gonna be 3 times 10 to the 4th cores and stuff like this, but it depends on how like we can optimize it enough so that it passes the inputs and the test cases and stuff like that on Leetcode. But there is stuff to be said about like just thinking through what it means to be using this data structure long term, and like, well, you have this idea of like garbage collection thing. I mean, it's not quite garbage collection in the same way that your memories reclaimed in the in the heap or something like this, but in terms of like, okay, like in a very naive example, or a more basic example, maybe not naive, you can do something like, let's say you have a counter, right? A counter being a map of a dictionary of a key value where the value is an integer, right? Or a positive integer, or non-zero, or non-negative integer, right? So basically, for example, you could just do like map of some x is equal to, you keep on incrementing it like 10 times, and then maybe if you want to erase, you just subtract it by 1 ... And at a certain point you would have m of x is equal to 0, and that's fine. It is technically true and accurate, but if you want to maintain things long term, you actually do want to clear this up and reclaim this memory and just like remove it from the map, because it has no additional value per se, other than maybe a quick lookup thing, if depending on some really weird edge cases, right? But so that's the stuff that I'm thinking about. But like I said, possibly and probably for this problem, you don't have to worry about it. But that's the things I'm thinking about. All right, but otherwise, this seems like a very basic, try data structure with a little bit of some modifications for counting words equal to and starting with, and a lot of it just deals with a sort of a caching, right? But we can get started right away. So root is equal to some node, right? And here we can define a node. What do we want to define on the node? We have some edges, right? And I'm just going to make them into a dictionary, and then maybe like count equal 0, and then self count start it's kind of like a prefix, right? So basically just matching these two things. The naming is a little bit terrible, but hopefully it can raise this idea, right? So yeah, so self.root is going to know, right? So insert, I mean, it really depends on how you want to do these things. I always kind of get confused a little bit depending on the level of abstraction we want with respect to, in theory, maybe you should get a getter for edges and stuff like this, but I'm lazy today. There's a content test in an hour. I just want to get this over with. So yeah, but yeah, for C in Word, the current root node is going to be self.root, right? So yeah, if C not in current.edges, then current.edges of C is equal to a new node, right? And then current is equal to current.edges C. This is very basic stuff, and then at the end, and this is general, we increment by 1 because that's the node, but we also have to do the prefix ones. So we want something like count start equal to 1. And I think technically you have to do this after this as well. So I think you have to do it here, because starting with also is complete, right? So I think this should already be good enough for all these, and yeah. And maybe we could do a traversal thing. I don't know. These things it's hard to tell. Like maybe you could do a helper of like traverse, self word string, and then it returns like a node, right? So then now, though this one is a little bit awkward because you need to kind of keep track of this as well. Maybe in theory, if you really want to, maybe you can do like a lambda thing to kind of do that. But let's just keep it silly, simple, stupid for now. Okay, so. Oh, oops. Yeah. Right. And here, yeah, so self.traverse of word, right? So node is equal to this. If node is none, then we return 0. Otherwise, we return node dot, what did I call it? Count equal. And of course, like I said, and this probably should have a getter as well. Getter, setter, stuff like this. I'm just lazy. Same thing here, except for, you know, and you can kind of see when you kind of, you know, ooh, the other one. You can kind of see like the structure is the same. So in theory, if you really want to optimize, or not even, it's not necessarily an optimization in speed, because I think in speed it's actually not an optimization, but in terms of don't repeat yourself, drying it up and cleaning, you know, code repetition, you could actually rewrite this part as a decorator or something like this, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, erase, then we just do node self. I guess this is the same thing as this thing, right? But in reverse. So, so maybe I can rewrite this part a little bit. Let me actually move this down so that, or move this up maybe, so that they're like next to each other. So then now maybe like, and there is a lot of overlap, and maybe I could kind of clean this up as well, because traverse is kind of like already here. But like I want to do like traverse increment or something like this, and then you have a word, and then you have like a delta or something like this, right? And then basically it's just this, except for now you add delta instead, right? And then now you can do this instead. I know that +1 is the same, but I feel like that just makes it cleaner. Something like that, right? Let's run it real quick. We might do a little bit more optimization. Wait, right? If C is not in current.edges, why is that syntax error? Where's the syntax error again? Has this like squiggly line, but it doesn't tell me. Invalid syntax. If C not, oh, in, whoops. Did I do it twice? Oh, I probably copied and paste maybe. No, that's weird. Oh, whoops. Forgot the word part. What line was that? Man, a lot of typos, but hopefully you get the idea. Line 46. Oh, this is prefix, not a word. Okay, fine. Looks good here. Yeah, let's give it a quick submit. Hopefully I didn't make a silly mistake. 1279 day stream. I mean, I guess that's not a new day because we did the daily problem. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty okay. And yeah, and if you really want to optimize that, maybe I do a little bit just to clean it up a little bit, right? So maybe you could write something like, and of course, in theory, what you would do is have unit testing all this. And in a way, Leetcode is my unit testings. But so then now you can kind of build up this yeah, you could build up this to what I was going to say. you you could build off this to kind of make sure that your code is still right incrementally every step of the way as a very standard refactoring thing. Sorry, I don't know what I got distracted by, but yeah, and then maybe you just have like a lambda step thing, right, and then like a lambda n thing, right. I don't know how to type these. It's been a while. Right, so maybe something like this, and then you have like current is equal to self dot root, right, for C in Word, lambda step of current, right. Yeah, I wonder if this would work. Because so this would get rid. Oh, I guess that's the part that's different that I didn't appreciate enough. Because this returns none if it's not the same. Where this we keep going. All right, I'm not gonna do. I think we can do it this way for sure, but maybe I'm just a little bit lazy, so it's fine. I mean, you can definitely do the error handling too, but I think there is some nuance there that I don't want to spend more time on because I'm going to take a nap before the contest. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think, but definitely you can go down that way. Let me know if you try to do a little bit better. Yeah, stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye-bye.